Hello, my lovely peaches. It's me, your favorite lovely peachy creator, back with another video. Actually, this morning I did an half an hour live stream chat on Instagram. I tried 45,000 times to download it to my device and it refused. So, since I liked the chat so much, I decided to record it from one phone to another, and then that's what this is going to be. So the audio might be a little weird and even the visual might be a little weird, but I really liked it. I'm talking about Britney Spears, and the short version, if you don't feel like watching the whole half an hour, the short version is I don't believe that she's posting on her IG. I think that there's a chance, there's a small chance, there is a drop of a chance, but big picture, I don't believe it. And I go into my thoughts about her. I go into thoughts about the so-called latest BS article on TMZ, spotting her at the restaurant. Again, I think it's super fake. I go into all the reasons why in this video. If you're interested in my opinion and you're interested in Britney Spears, then join me and watch the video. Honey, I moved that pink sweatshirt off the chair so you couldn't see it, and I didn't realize it was on the bed so you can see it. Oh well, so you can see it.
Happy Sunday, my lovely peaches. It's 1:11. It's 1:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Sunday, January 15th, 2023. And I just felt like popping on and talking a little bit more about Britney Spears. Even though, I'm going to light an incense. Let me just show you what it is. I buy this 6-pack of incenses. I love them. Let's see here. This one is mint sage clove. It's refreshing. I love it. I get them on Amazon. And where's the box? Well, I can't find the box, but anyways, they're delicious. Let's see. I've got 4 of them. Where's the other 2? Oh, they're over there, a little out of my reach. Okay. I'm just going to show you. This is not sponsored. I just love these. Sensuality. I'll show you the, which is Ylang Ylang, Nutmeg, and Patchouli. I'm going to like this one. Actually. This is like one of my, I love them all so much. Energizing, lemon, lime, grapefruit. And meditation, vanilla, sandalwood, chamomile. And then there's 2 more. Whoops. So I'm obsessed with incense because I love it too. All right, so I'm going to light up my incense. So I just have a few thoughts about Miss Spears that I'd like to share. Yesterday I've screen recorded the, sorry, one sec. So last night I screen recorded the post that went up on her account on Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm looking over my shoulder over here at my laptop, just to kind of refresh myself. All right, so I did the one of her in the white dress dancing in what appears to be the hotel in Maui, 4 Seasons Maui. And then, hold on, let me go to my TikTok because, I'm sorry, I'm like sitting in a really weird angle. Hold on one sec, I'm sorry. All right, the one of her in the white dress with the yellow stripes, giving the finger and doing all those things, which looks like, the reason I say it looks like the hotel room in Maui is because people, and I haven't even also gone onto that website and looked at their carpeting, which seems to match the carpet that she's at. And then the next one Oh, yeah. The effing TMZ article, which to me is furthering the smear campaign. That's all it is. I'm going to turn around in 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm just checking one quick thing. I just have a few thoughts that I want to share, and they are my thoughts, and these are my opinions, and they're not based on other creators' opinions. They're based on my opinion, which is I still feel that it's 99%, maybe even 99.99% chance that the people who are posting to her IG, to Britney's IG account, is not Britney. It's the people who manage her marketing. It's the corporate people who own her name and her brand. It's maybe team conservatorship. It could be all of those people. Supposedly there's like 8 people who have access to that account. I don't know how true or valid that is, but I've made at least 1 or 2 videos where I've said my personal opinion is trying to decode those posts and those captions. It could very well be a goose chase. What do you call it when, like a red herring? You know, it's like these things could be planted there to make everybody spin their wheels, trying to decode, trying to understand, trying to like solve the mystery, which I want to solve the mystery. I think I even said in my video yesterday, I'm being an internet sleuth because something is amiss. And yet, I don't have the audacity to assume I know that it's her posting, to assume I know that it's her posting and I can interpret the captions. I don't assume to know anything other than something's weird. Something's off. She had, like the other day, somebody said, oh, the fact that she's using this song with Beyonce means it's current. But the song was from 2014. And it was a Nicki Minaj song featuring Beyonce, Feeling Myself, which came out in 2014. So I comment on that person's post. You're saying that you think this is current, this choice of song is current, but this song is 8 years old. So how does that reflect? Like, if you, and I wrote on a comment on his thing, if she were to pick a current song, like something that came out in the last week or two, okay, then I might believe, even still, even if she or her Instagram posted a current song, that goes right back to, but it could be a bunch of people posting, not her. So to me, her Instagram, it doesn't prove anything. You know, it's just as ludicrous as that Dr. Spiegel wacko going on the witness stand on Johnny Depp's trial talking about, well, he watched some of Johnny's movies, so now he can analyze him. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't look at somebody's social media page and then make a determination of their mental health because it's a curated, produced production.
Critical thinking skills required.
Personal point of view, you cannot judge somebody's mental health or even their personality based on social media or tabloid posts or even mainstream news. The reason I say that is because even though, you know, we might judge people, like, for example, there was somebody I talked about, I didn't mention their name, but a few posts ago, I talk about somebody who was saying a whole bunch of crazy, to me, that's judging them, things. But I also recognize that person could be trying to make money, working an agenda, working a narrative, just pretending, thinking they're having fun. Maybe they really are actually strange. But the point is, you really can't judge somebody truly based on social media, and you certainly can't be diagnosing people. Also, personal opinion is that most people are not necessarily critical thinkers, and most people do tend to just go with whatever mainstream media is peddling. and they don't really do the hard thinking for themselves. So people will often just read a headline and not actually dig in and do the work, which is why they're able to get away with lying all the time, because most people never bother to do their own research, don't even care.
Pay dollar for lies.
Then let's talk about TMZ and tabloids like that. I've learned from the Johnny Depp trial and Morgan Tremaine, who was a former TMZ employee who came to testify, even though they were trying like a motherfucker to shut him down and not allow him to testify. And he testified that, in fact, Amber Heard did hire them, did send them the video, and he confirmed that the only way, excuse my tissue, the only way that TMZ could ever receive and share and post and publish something is if the video came from the person who had the copyright rights, which means the person who took the video, aka the owner, or someone who has legal rights. So if it's like music or a video and there's like a company or a corporation, an industry, something that has the rights to it, they can sell it to TMZ. So if somebody on her team who owns her stuff, her videos, took a video of her, then they could sell it to TMZ. Or if Sam took a video of her, he could sell it to TMZ. Or if a person sitting in the restaurant could take a video and sell it to TMZ, but the point is, it's a fucking lie because somebody had to buy it. So they did it for money. Why would you believe that? If you want to watch all of today's video clips, I'm loading them all together in one long video on my YouTube LoveLivingPeach channel. And I also want to just add about TMZ, tabloids, and stuff like that, and why I'm saying if it's a paid for video, why you shouldn't believe it. Whoops! And that's because, for example, with Britney Spears and TMZ at this restaurant, supposedly, if it really was real, there would be 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 other people who would have been there, and they would have been like, oh my God, Britney Spears. And they would have posted on their own social media. And then the tabloids could pick that up. So what I'm saying is that if the only source whatsoever is TMZ or some other tabloid, then it's probably an effing lie. Because if it's true and it's real and it's genuine, then it's not going to be exclusive to a tabloid. Again, unless it's something like first babies pictures and, you know, the couple is like paying TMZ to take them. But even then, there's going to be like, if that couple went out ever since that baby was born, there's going to be somebody who's going to take a shot. And I'm not saying stalk people and take pictures. I'm just saying people do that. So if the one and only source of a video or a photo is a tabloid, fake, I call fake. I don't want to get morbid, but how many people do you know appear way happier on their social than they really are? It's so easy to curate a different look on social media. It's so easy to appear one way when you're really not that way. It is so much fun to play with filters, to do so many different things. It also can be fun to try things. And I learned in like 2 weeks, I started to get like facial dysmorphia using filters too much. I mean, you can straight up just go totally wild. You're so wild. The point is you can appear differently than you really are. Hot, cold, frozen. I could be in the garden. A magic garden. Look where I'm at. I can even be in another galaxy. How many people did you think were so incredibly happy, especially somebody very recent whose name starts with a T? Well, actually, his real name was Stephen, and he supposedly himself, even though he was supposedly the happiest person in the world. The point is, sure, we can think people are cuckoo, we can judge them all we want, but we don't really know.
Even me. Like right now, I have a filter on, so I have fake eyelashes, and my face is like smoothed out probably definitely a little bit more. And I mean, yeah, this basically looks like me. I spent a lot of time trying to find a filter that doesn't give me a nose job and a lip job and like make my eyes bigger and change the shape of my face, you know, and it's not like science. I don't know. I mean, I compared, and this filter seems to only give me eyelashes and just like a little bit like a foundation. And I'm happy with that because I don't wear makeup and I don't feel like fucking putting shit on my face. I'm 49 years old. I'm not going to start wearing makeup now. I mean, maybe tiny bit. But anyway, the point is, it's a curated look. I make sure that the lighting is decent. You don't see the mess. Literally, my kids came home last night from their sleepover. They threw their bags down on the floor. They threw their coats down on the floor. It was so late, and you know, and I was just like, whatever. So the living room is a mess. You don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of dishes to do, and that's right there in the other room. You don't see that. My point is that, hello, too cute to be forgotten. So my point is that I'm talking about my personal belief that you cannot just make assumptions from someone's social media accounts. You cannot assume their mental health status. You can't assume whether they're happy or not happy because it's all a production. It's just little clips. So I still feel the only way I'm going to believe at this point that something is actually Britney is if it's like a live video. She's like, hello, Happy New Year, 2023. She says the date. And, you know, and it's obvious that it's her. So back to what I was going to talk about, the TMZ article. I mean, it really makes me sad that people are out here believing this shit and that people are so quick to believe mainstream media and tabloids. So I screen recorded the video and I posted it on my TikTok. I might have it here on Instagram too. It's blurry as hell. I counted like how long the actual clip is because they repeat it like 2 or 3 times. It's like 10 to maybe 12 seconds of a video. There are multiple layers of sound. It's a very noisy place. There's like all the background ambient sound. There's voices coming from all over. There's clinking. There's supposedly her voice. She's like 10 to 15 or 20 feet away from the person filming. When you zoom in and you slow down, it is blurry as a motherfucker. Now that we know everything we know about Photoshop, CGI, compositing, AI, old videos, all this stuff, it could so easily be, most likely, old footage that's spliced with other things. We know that there's like hundreds of hours of audio, possibly video of her, where she was being surveilled. She was being filmed. They had her phone. They had a mirror of her phone so they could get voice notes of her. They could get videos of her. They were filming her in her bedroom, I believe. So any audio that supposedly sounds like her can be taken out of context and dropped in a video to make it seem like something's happening. Another thing I saw in the video that I didn't really see last night, Ashlyn Slayer and a few other people posted on the TMZ video, there's a hand at the table with her, although it's like a disembodied hand. Ashlyn said something like, who's under the table, going like this. I think it was like somebody was at the table with her and they tried to Photoshop that person out to make it look like she was sitting there alone, and they just missed the hand. But again, I don't know. And I don't think anybody who starts talking about her stuff definitively, like, oh, this means this. Like, I follow this particular person. I love her stuff. But something she said, I mean, she often says things I disagree with. But one of the things she said last night was like, The post went up. It had a different song, supposedly. I never heard the different song. Had a different song.
Things can get pulled off for copyright strikes because of the music or because it's violating community guidelines. And when the videos come down in a snap, it could be because of that, and people assume it's her doing it, or T-Con.
Then it came down, went back up. The song was different. There was a caption, which I recorded. Then, this is the one I'm talking about where she's in the white dress dancing in front of the closet. And she's talking about, I'm going to go back to it over here just so I can see the caption. So this is the one where she's like, it's funny somebody said I acted manic at a restaurant. Okay, and that, geez. And then she goes on to basically say, the caption goes on to say she was there. So then, like 5 minutes later, boom, the caption is removed. So this TikTok person I follow, she's like, the fact that the caption was removed within minutes, to me, it absolutely confirms it's her posting. How does that confirm that to you? In my mind, to me, confirms nothing. It could be whoever posted it is like, let's fuck with people. We know that people think that her captions are from her. We know people think she's deleting and removing and adding and changing. They could be playing the game. The whole caption could be absolutely faked. And then the taking it down could just be to make people scramble. Do you know how many people run to her page? The instant, Brittany posted! Now, I don't have notifications on because actually I tried to turn notifications on for her only, but I have all my notifications turned off because I hate constant bing, 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 bing. Only notification I ever want to get is if you call me or you text me on my cell phone, you're like a real person. I actually know you. I mean, yeah, you're a real person, but I mean like real to me in my life. Other than that, no. I don't want to be notified of nothing. I don't want to be notified of emails. I don't want to be notified of TikTok. I don't want to be notified of Instagram. I don't want to be notified of anything because I'll check when I'm ready. Okay? I don't need my phone constantly popping off. So anyway, I don't get notifications when Brittany posts because I have all my notifications turned off. But I was on TikTok yesterday watching a live and they're like, Brittany posted! You know, so everybody's checking and, you know, that excitement drives people to her page, and it could absolutely be 100% marketing. It could be people knowing people are desperate on the edge of their seats waiting for her to post, and they post, and they know that people are screenshotting, they know people are screen recording, they know people are getting those captions, and the whole thing of it going up and down and changing and altering, it could all be a marketing game to get people constantly checking her page, constantly commenting on it, constantly talking about it. And none of that proves to me that it's her. Every single video I've seen of her in the last 6 months looks like old footage. All the captions, some of them absolutely seem like it's her spilling the tea, you know, like, what does she say here? Talking about, let's see if I can turn this so you can see a little better. Let's see. It's a little weird. The light fucks with the filter. Like in my video from yesterday when I was driving home, and then it was so dark, so I played with the lighting, and it's almost scary, but I like the message, so I left it. That one's on my YouTube. The one on Instagram is so dark, but I put a YouTube version, and it's like, it looks crazy. But anyway. Oh, there's the mess. Let me cover the mess. All right, so she says, it's funny somebody said I acted manic at a restaurant. Geez, all I can say is I was flattered the waiter brought me a sophisticated champagne glass for my Red Bull. I am so fancy, y'all. Shrug, shrug. Oh, well, I'm remodeling this white dress because, well, it's kind of cool, ... And I was bored as hell, LOL. Laugh emoji, I think. And I remember the transparent way the girl at my wedding danced her way to my man, putting her hands on his knee, then raising her hands to her neck with a heart. Guess it must be a new thing. I'd like to salute with my ass and my middle finger to this new thing and say, sup, sup. PSS. Would it be appropriate for me to put it in her man's face on her day? Damn, I won't put my hand on his leg. I might be a cat and ... So, could that really be Britney Spears writing that caption? Of course it could be her. Sounds like it could be her, but at the same time, why is she, if it's really her, I'm putting my blanket on because it's cold as a motherfucker. I got my window open. Oops, see right here, the window's open. It's cold as a bitch. What gets me, what never makes sense to me is if she's really actually posting herself for real, like now, like let's say, like last night, she was really on Instagram posting herself. Why are all the videos old? Why doesn't she ever post a new video or a new picture? Why is everything... Now, I don't know for sure that it's old, but all these Britney superfans, internet sleuths, last night they went on and they showed that she wore the same exact dress in the same exact place, like back in April of 2022. So, of course, like people always say, you can re-wear stuff, just because my hair looks so weird. You can re-wear stuff, and Britney apparently has a history of that. Just if you're interested, I was using this spray. Again, not sponsored. I really wanted to buy the shampoo and the conditioner, but the shit is like $10, $12. So I bought the spray. But anyway, it just... and then the whole thing about her court case. I am so suspicious of Matthew Rosengart. And, he came out strong like bull, talking about we're going to bring him down and whatever he was saying. I don't know, I'm paraphrasing, but it sounded like he was all ready to go hard against the people she wanted to go hard against. But now he's not. So we waited months for them to meet in court. January 11th comes and they push, and now nothing's going to happen until May. And then what's going to happen in May? I wouldn't be surprised if they push to nothing. Either they dismiss shit or, and it's very frustrating. And this one YouTube account that I found, I like her. I mean, like when I first started to follow her, I was like, she's cool. And then I was like, oh, she's kind of weird. And then I unfollowed her. And then I saw another video of hers popped up on my my YouTube for you or whatever, and or recommended, and I watched it and I was like, I kind of like her, so I follow her again. Her name is KL Cool. I think it's KOOL. I'm doing it awkwardly, and this is why my back fucking hurts because I'm always like, I'm gonna check real fast, just because this way I can get it right. So I do kind of like her. Again, it's like I don't have to agree with everything. KL Cool, KOOL. I don't have, it's K space L, letter L, and then space the word cool with a K. So I don't have to agree with everything people say to follow them, like I was saying about the other one on TikTok who I follow. I follow her. I literally watch all her shit. I watch all her videos. I watch all her lives that I catch. I listen to everything she says. Doesn't mean I agree with it. A lot of it I disagree with, especially when she's like, oh my God, this is proof that... No, I'm always like, no, it's not. It could literally be proof of the opposite. She jumps to a lot of conclusions and assumptions that I just simply don't do. I have a lot of critical thinking. I ask a lot of questions, and I always see multiple sides to circumstance. So it's hard for me to get locked in and fixated on a particular one answer when there's so much evidence to the contrary. I'll mention Johnny Depp again. at the very beginning. I'm a fan of his. And when the lawsuit where he was suing Amber Heard for defamation came out, I didn't have a formed opinion. My opinion was more like, I hope he's innocent, but I don't really know. And I know that there's tons of scumbags out in the world who do bad shit. So he could be one of them. There's been several people who I absolutely love who turned out to be possible predators, like Chris Noth, Mr. Big. Oh my God. I don't know if I believe it or not, but it definitely made me think of him differently. So anyways, I didn't know if Johnny was going to win or not, or be innocent or not. And I watched the trial. I didn't watch every single second, but I watched quite a bit. I watched weeks. And all the evidence that was presented, I was able to make it was clear to me. It's like, oh, she said this, he said this, all these other people said this, that, the other thing. This is his evidence, this is her evidence. And it was clear as fuck to me. One is a lying abuser, manipulator, and then the other one is a victim who was trying to fucking get the fuck out and just move on with his life. Okay, so yes, sometimes I can absolutely form an opinion and be certain and be fixed in my opinion. But it's after the evidence comes out, after I see things. I'm also the kind of person who allows myself to change an opinion. If new evidence comes to light about something that I had previously believed, like I was just saying, like let's say with a particular actor I might have loved, and then new information comes out about that person, I'm willing to change my opinion. I'm willing to accept new information and change my opinion because I have a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. All of that is to just continue on saying everything with Britney Spears is just a big question. It's a question mark. And even though, like those captions where it seems like she's spilling tea and she's saying some shit, but at the same time, it's very cryptic. You don't know who the fuck she's really talking about. I mean, sometimes you do, but it's like I said in some other video, I'm sorry I keep fucking with my hair, but it just looks so goddamn weird. And it's like, go down. Anyone around her and her team could have access to her personal thoughts about things if they talk to her or they go through her phone, if they've gone through her diary or her journal, if they've, listened in on conversations she might have had with people. They read her text messages. Listened in. They were like bugging her bedroom. So when you've got hundreds of hours of surveillance on a person, you absolutely can spin a story or write a cryptic sounding caption that sounds like, oh shit, Britney's spilling the tea. But she's not really saying anything specific, and it's just like, what? And then like 2 minutes, 5 minutes later, boom, it's gone. That sounds like a game from T-Con to me. Like that one user's like, I feel so confident and convinced that she's posting it and then her team is pulling it down. I don't believe that. It just seems bullshit to me. It's like, if she had access to post, why wouldn't she just post? I mean, maybe they threaten her life or something, but I don't know. This whole thing it's just like every day it just gets more mysterious. Every day it gets more confusing. Every day it just gets more questionable and frustrating. And I understand why people will get burnt out. Like that KL Cool, she posted a video saying, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I've been doing this for a year. I made 137 videos in a year talking about her, and it's the same ass shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if in a year from now, I'm like feeling the same way. But so the thing is, I'm not planning to make videos about her every day or every week. But, things come out and then I get curious. So I post. And this morning I woke up with all these feelings like I've been following this mystery and so many people think that they have the answers, and I just think that's foolish. So I hope she's well. I hope she's safe. I hope she's surrounded by supportive, loving support system of people who are helping her get her life together in a way that is what she wants for herself. And I kind of hope she's not even fucking with her Instagram. And like some people think that she's run off somehow. And I like to imagine that she's living off the grid somewhere, totally incognito, just laying low. She's had enough of fame. So I feel like if she could like live in a life where she's anonymous, she's just like I said, off the grid, or just minding her own motherfucking business. I think, from what I've heard of her testify and stuff, that's what she would love. She would love to just get the fuck away from these people, these handlers, this team of leeches and pariahs and what do you call those piranhas that are literally desperate to chew her flesh off the fucking bone and leave her nothing but a skeleton, That's what I hope for her, that she can get away from these people. But I also think it's just as likely that they've got her held captive against her will and are drugging her against her will, which is putting her in a position where she's incapacitated. And they're just fucking with her. They're smear campaigning her. TMZ and Sam are like obviously in bed together. And, all her supposed besties who are questionable and all tied to a very suspicious, creepy fucking agency, CAA. There's so many fucking creepy ass threads you could unravel. And that's not my particular, I'm not here to be, I said I'm an internet sleuth, but only to a point. I'm not actually, some creators are going down those dark, deep, creepy ass wormholes, but I won't, because I got 2 young kids and that's not my path. My path in life is to spread love and joy and to help people learn how to be happier in general. Not in a manifest magic kind of way, but in a manifest, a better life for yourself kind of way. So anyway, those are my thoughts this morning, this afternoon. Gosh, it's almost 2 o'clock. These are my thoughts. January 15th, 2023. It's Sunday afternoon. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye, my lovely peaches. Have a great day. So every single time I think I'm done, I have another thought, because I'm still working on this long video on YouTube. So what I wonder, well, first of all, my sister follows my TikTok, and I'm wondering, are you actually watching all these videos, or are you just scrolling through real fast? If you're actually watching them, send me a text message if it's really you watching. Sis, if it's you really watching these videos, don't comment publicly. Just text me privately. Love you. Because I know you're not into this stuff. But anyway, what I wonder about Britney Spears is TikToks, or not her TikToks, well, yeah, and her Instagram is, if it really is her posting, right, why does she never speak? Why is it always captions and then her dancing but not talking? This is another reason why, yeah, sure, it could be her really writing cryptic captions. But again, why doesn't she just turn on a mother effing video and speak? Why doesn't she say, hey, it's me, and all the stuff in the caption that's supposedly her, say it, speak it on a video. Hey, it's January 15th, 2023, and this is me, Britney Spears, and I have this to say, and you say it. It's like some people think, oh, people are deleting her posts. Really? If they were deleting her posts, why not her just say the effing truth? And if it's the fear that she's afraid that they're going to, have her X herself, then whatever. She already literally said that. So I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Why doesn't she speak on her thing? Final thoughts for today's long video, which is a compilation of all my Instagram clips, my Instagram live, and this is that, again, talking about Britney Spears and whether or not she's really posting or not on her Instagram. And, you know, I heard some TikTok person saying they believe that the reason she does cryptic captions is because she's afraid of what might happen. And if what might happen by T-Con if she posts. My thought is that, again, she's not posting. Because if it was her posting, and she were to, let's say, like, hypothetically, it's her posting, but she's posting old videos, but current captions, why wouldn't she speak on her own behalf? She wanted to speak. To me, the only evidence that I have that I feel is real evidence is her testimony that I heard. I listened to it multiple times. She said she was being abused. She said she was being STFG. She said it was the only thing you could compare it to. She said she didn't want things sealed. She wanted it out in the open. She wanted it to be public. She wanted to speak. She wanted to speak on her own behalf. She wanted to put people in jail for what they had done to her. And so the fact that she was willing to speak and say all that stuff in court publicly, and now people are supposed to believe that she has access to her IG, but she only posts cryptic captions, and she never does a video speaking, and she never gets on and actually says things for her own self. And I think that's bullshit. And I actually believe that if she were to do that, that would literally be protection. If she were to get on and say, hey, it's me, and this is the date. Hey, it's me, Brit, and today is January 15th, 2023, or whatever the date was. And I want you to know. And instead of supposedly writing a caption, she actually spoke it. And she was like, these are my thoughts and feelings right now, and I want you to know this. Yeah, that might be terrifying, but the fact that she's not doing that makes me believe that she doesn't have access to her IG, because I do not believe that the woman who I heard testify saying she wanted to be heard and she wanted to speak would then only put out old videos of her dancing and never speaking and only writing captions that, like, there's literally no way you know it's her or not because it's just text. Words on a screen. So the more I internet sleuth this, the more I look into it, the more I analyze, the more I dive deep, the more I do agree something is weird, something is amiss. I do not believe she's posting. I do not think she has access to her account. I think it's all a smear campaign. I think it's a wild goose chase. I think it's red herrings. I think they want you to be a hamster in the wheel, spinning like a lunatic on all of these false tips, these false captions, these false things to make you running in every different direction, and there's smear campaigning, and people are buying it. And at the end of the day, I think that the biggest problem is that people who do know about it are sick. They're fed up, and they're just like, she must be some kind of lunatic, because none of this makes sense. And what I think is that the woman still needs help, just like she said in court. And then she went silent. And until I see a video where it looks like her and it's not blurry and she's speaking in her own voice and she's saying something about the date in some way that makes me know it's current, and she's speaking for herself. That's the thing. Everybody's speaking for her. Sam speaks for her. Perez Hilton speaks for her. Her lawyer speaks for her, I guess. TMZ speaks for her. All the TikTok people speak for her. You might say, I'm speaking for her. All I can speak for her is she said she wanted to be free. So if you're believing tabloids, I don't know. Like I heard that other TikTok say, I don't know how to help you. If you believe her IG is a true reflection of her, I don't know, maybe it is. but it doesn't match with her testimony. So I continue to be concerned for this woman, and the smear campaign just gets amped up. Anyway, that's the end of this video. See you. Bye.